A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members. Today there is one major event, in fact there are two major events if you look at cricket and football. One is the Australia versus South Africa Women's T20 World Cup, and also for the Red Devils, Manchester United, they are going to take on Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup. But before I come to both of that, I will just tell you some action that has been happening off the field in the build-up to the indoor test between India and Australia. And the first major comment has come from Ravi Shastri. Remember, Ravi Shastri's opinions are frank, blunt and to the point. He doesn't mince his words and he is very aggressive while talking. It is obvious because Ravi Shastri has had experience as a player, as an administrator, as a coach, as a broadcaster. He's done it all. So when Ravi Shastri speaks, you have to think as to what is the broader context of it. Firstly, Ravi Shastri has given a major verdict on KL Rahul. Remember, KL Rahul was not appointed as the vice captain for the remainder of the two tests between India and Australia. So, there are two things that Ravi Shastri has said about KL Rahul. Number one, he has to start converting his opportunities and score big. The rope is running out for KL Rahul. That is the assessment that Ravi Shastri has made. But the second very interesting thing that Ravi Shastri has said is that I do not believe in vice captaincy when it comes to India, especially when you're playing at home. Blunt and brutal, Ravi Shastri has said there is no need of a vice captain when you're playing a home test, because overseas maybe you will need a vice captain in order to assess the conditions, maybe in order to assess the decision making processes. It's a fairly new thing. You will want to have two leaders. But at home, when you know the conditions, you do not need a vice captain. So Ravi Shastri has made it very, very clear that not being appointed as the vice captain, the tag is not there. A player can perform very well. But for KL Rahul, he said he has to convert those opportunities, otherwise time will run out for him. So Ravi Shastri has given a very, very good verdict on KL Rahul and how he has to approach these next two tests. It is okay if you do not have the vice captaincyship. Anyway, vice captaincy is a musical chairs anyway in the Indian cricket circuit. Why should we bother about the vice captain? KL Rahul, on the other hand, if he doesn't get picked in Indore, then Shubman Gill will come in. And KL Rahul, yes, he's not had a good couple of months, especially in Bangladesh, where he struggled in the tests. Here, in the first two matches, he's unfortunately struggled. Yeah, you can call it a mixture of unluckiness and bad shot selection, but unfortunately, KL Rahul will have to prove himself in Indore, where he has to score big. Because if he fails again, then I think Shubman Gill will come in. So that is the assessment that Ravi Shastri has given on KL Rahul. Harbhajan Singh, he also has made some very, very interesting comments about the Australian team selection. Harbhajan Singh has said that Australia made a big mistake in not picking Ashton Agar. Yes, he believed that Agar was much more talented. He should have started from Nagpur itself. What was the key decision that Australia made when they decided to get Agar in for the first two tests, but they didn't play him? And he was sent back home immediately, where he's going to play the Sheffield Shield and the Marsh Cup for Western Australia. Why is it that Ashton Agar was not picked? What happened in India? That is the major question that Harbhajan Singh has said. Australia's spin bowling looks empty because apart from Nathan Lyon, in Nagpur, they played two off spinners, which was a big mistake. In Delhi, Matthew Kuhneman tried to get the runs down to a premium, but unfortunately, there was no penetration. So Agar could have had that much bit penetration, but again, numbers and performances do not back Agar in the test and first class cricket circuit. So it is a very unfortunate thing that Australia are encountering at this point in time, and it doesn't look like getting any better for the indoor test. We have just seen England dominate yet another day on the third day of the second test against New Zealand. New Zealand were bowled out for 209 in their chase of 436 by England, and England enforced the follow-on. Remember, 10 years earlier at the Basin Reserve, they had enforced the follow-on against New Zealand, but somehow New Zealand held on. Now they have made a better start in the second innings. Devon Conway, Tom Latham, Conway making 61, Latham making 83. Initially from 138 for 7, it was Stuart Broad who wrecked the lower order, and that's how England got the follow on. On the other hand, Williamson and Nichols have steadied the ship on a pitch that is flattening out. England will have to be really proactive if they have to get the remaining wickets on day 4, because this test is headed for a result irrespective of rain or no. Okay, if there is a full day's rain, then the result could be changed. But England right now are still in the driver's seat, and New Zealand will have to play out of their skins in order to avoid a defeat. Alyssa Healy. You remember Alyssa Healy had just broken the stumps when Harmanpreet Kaur was just about trundling towards us for the second run in the semi-final at Newlands. Well, she's opened up on that incident. Normally, Alyssa Healy has said, normally I would not break the wickets. But I saw Harmanpreet Kaur struggling. She was trundling along for the second run. If she had made a full effort, sliding the bat through totally, I would have not broken the wickets. But I saw that she was not putting in the effort. I decided to break the stumps. In other circumstances, she would have not done it. She rarely breaks the stumps, Alyssa Healy. That's the thing. But if there is a run-out chance presented, she will come up for it. Remember, Australia are aiming for their 6th World Cup title, the T20 World Cup title, and they take on South Africa, who will regardless be backed by an absolute partisan crowd at Newlands. Today at 6:30 p.m, Australia will take on South Africa, and you can get all the updates from Sports Today. We will bring you all that. You needed 4 runs of the final over with 5 wickets in hand. Easy equation, right? That was not the case in the WNCL contest, the ODI, the domestic ODI contest that was held between South Australia and Tasmania. It was an epic, spectacular choke. You have to understand, Tasmania were defending 4 runs in the final over, and South Australia just were going to go for it. They lost 5 wickets and they lost the game by 1 run. That was the ignominy of it. South Australia had the epic of epic chokes, and that is how they lost the WNCL final by a run, and Tasmania were the winners. Remember the equation: 4 runs, 5 wickets, 6 balls. Tasmania went on to win by 1 run. That is how fickle this game of cricket can be. Pressure can do strange things to you. The man, the machine, Cristiano Ronaldo. Yet another hat-trick for CR7, and he is breaking records in the Saudi Arabia Pro League. When Al Nassr were playing Damas FC, he scored a hat-trick in the first half. This was his 62nd career hat-trick, and Al Nassr were on top, and they managed to win by a very comfortable margin. Cristiano Ronaldo continues to redefine goal scoring capabilities, and once again 62 career hat-tricks, and with this 150 plus goals with his weak foot. Remember, he is not a lefty, he's not a left foot by any chance, he's a right foot. He scored that much goals even with his left foot. Talk about goal scoring sensationalism. Cristiano Ronaldo, CR7, indeed is a true machine. Yes, it is a very big day today for Manchester United fans. They are going to face Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final that will begin at 10 p.m. IST. Remember, Manchester United have won the Carabao Cup, but they haven't won it since 2017. If they win this time, 6 years later, they will have their 6th Carabao Cup title. Remember, the Carabao Cup prior to this was the EFL Cup. And Manchester United had won it back-to-back in 2009 and 2010. Here, they will be gunning for Newcastle as they look to win this Carabao Cup. Remember, Manchester United, technically, they are still the only club that can vouch for 4 titles this year. Can they win one of them? It starts today at 10 p.m. IST. Mohun Bagan versus East Bengal. You remember that there was a boycott trend that was going on prior to the match because fans of both clubs were disillusioned with the way how the clubs were run. One, East Bengal, the constant chopping and changing in the coaching and the top management. Mohun Bagan, just because of the 80K symbol that was attached to them, they were boycotting that. It made no difference though, as Mohun Bagan defeated East Bengal 2-0, and a remarkable record. Ever since these two clubs came into the ISL, Mohun Bagan have never lost to East Bengal. Now, because of this win, Mohun Bagan have a chance to finish in the top 4 and secure the automatic playoff qualification. For East Bengal, their woes continue. Remember, there is a return clash that is going to happen. Mohun Bagan versus East Bengal at the Salt Lake Stadium. How big will that be? It remains to be seen. But as of now, Mohun Bagan have continued their dominance in the ISL against East Bengal, beating them 2-0 and ensuring they stay unbeaten against their traditional rivals. So that was an action-packed morning grab, wasn't it? So there is plenty of stuff that will come out from Sports Today regarding the Australia versus South Africa encounter. We'll also be discussing a lot of other things as well. Plus, there is Manchester United versus Newcastle United, the Carabao Cup final. Plenty to look forward to. And of course, we are building up to India versus Australia, the third test that will happen in Indore on Wednesday, March 1. Simple equation, India win, they are through to the World Test Championship final. Australia draw or win, they are through to the World Test Championship final. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates from Sports Today. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And don't forget to download the SportsTag mobile app, because all the information that you want, all the video highlights of the PSL, you want it, they have it. Thank you.